Welcome to the VHS Wall mini-episode Trailer Club. I am Mike Pelly, joined by Allison. How are you?
Hey. Good.
Oh, good. We just saw a bunch of trailers in front of this movie, and we just had to do an episode purely on the trailers, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty interesting. I mean, this is a Disney movie. It's called Heavyweights. It's a 1995... It's a classic.
A childhood classic.
Yeah, well, you know, that movie, for me, I had to have worn out the VHS tape when I watched it as a kid. Like, I don't still own the same VHS tape because I watched it so many times.
Really? I remember specifically the first time I saw it, I was at a sleepover at my friend Molly's house, and I was in grade school. I don't know what year, but I remember watching it at her house the first time.
It's classic. And, you know, for me, Ben Stiller is always Tony from Heavyweights. Like, anytime I ever watch him, he's even done characters. He's even done characters that are like that channel Tony. Mm-hmm. And if you're wondering who Tony is, we'll get to that in the next episode of VHS Wall for the Heavyweights review. But he is it's just the epitome of Ben Stiller.
Yeah, it's a really good little boy movie.
And we're going to get into that because I've got a lot of really good stories about when Heavyweights came out. My mom took me to it.
Oh, you went to the theater?
We went to, I saw it opening, or not opening, but like the same week it opened. And my mom gave me a disclaimer before the movie.
What?
That it
what
was
did
about.
She say?
She said it was, hey boys. It was my brothers and me.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, "Okay, boys, just so you know, boys, this movie, there's going to be a lot of name calling. There's going to be a lot of name calling. The entire concept of this film is, and this is my mom speaking, is just derogatory against people that are overweight, and it was crazy. My mom gave me. I remember this vividly.
Wow, like, she really had that disclaimer with you.
She had the disclaimer.
Interesting.
Which was great. I love you, Mom. That's very, very considerate of you too. I think she was just like, don't go to school and start poking fun at people.
Well, I mean,
like overweight kids.
The movie is not advertising that at all.
Well, no, but actually, it is in the movie. If you watch it, we're going to dive in.
I've seen it like a million times.
Well, I've seen it more than a million times. And I can tell you right now, what it is, the whole movie, what it's about is just like, hey, you're fat, you need to get skinny, but it's okay however you look. There's nothing wrong with you. So, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about
trailers.
Some movie trailers that we saw in front of the VHS.
Trailers. Well, actually, not all cartoons.
Half cartoons, half animal talking movies. This is 1995, okay?
/ Chevy Chase.
1995 was just full of just Disney craziness. They were pumping out like
quite a bit of movies,
cartoons. Yeah. You know what? Let's start from the beginning, okay? Let's start from the first trailer because I've got a lot to say. So this first trailer that we saw on the VHS of Heavyweights is a classic. I feel like even kids today, their parents are showing them this cartoon.
It was never a classic in my household.
Really?
Yeah.
The kids on the street weren't.
I don't remember that.
Always raving about it?
No.
So check out the trailer here for Goof Troop. Or, sorry, a Goofy movie.
The hit movie of the spring is now coming to home video.
Going somewhere, Pop? It's a vacation with me and my best buddy. Donald Duck? No, silly. With you.
It's Goofy and Max in their first full-length animated feature.
We'll spend some real quality time together. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Walt Disney Pictures presents...
Come on, this is gonna be fun.
The story of a father who couldn't be closer to driving his son crazy. Now, they're getting a crash course in becoming best friends.
It's Bigfoot! Could you back up a bit, Mr. Foot? You're out of focus.
one of Disney's favorite classic characters, is coming to home video in the most hilarious
It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
and hippest animated musical comedy ever.
A little smoke-age.
A Goofy movie.
Morning, son.
Dad!
It's hard to be cool when your dad is goofy.
You look just like I did at your age.
Please don't say that, Dad.
Coming to video cassette September 6th.
Call you later.
They're all dogs.
Are
They're
they
all
though?
dogs,
Did
Allie.
we looked that up once.
Yeah.
Because
No.
Mickey owns Pluto,
Ask
which
Derek
is a
Charm.
dog.
Like, imagine, Derek would always say, like, imagine, like, these are giant humanoid dogs.
Right, but
It's so scary.
we've had the debate that Pluto is Mickey's dog, but he doesn't talk,
Right.
and he's not as animated as them, but he's a dog. So then there's a whole family of dogs that are on the same level as Mickey.
Yeah, you know, like different species.
They have crazy teeth, though. I don't think they're dogs.
Well, they're like humanoid dogs. And that's what makes them so creepy. Imagine if they were real. But
they're
then
very
again, like
creepy.
if Mickey was a giant mouse, that would be weird too.
A round-headed mouse.
Yeah. Who was just like, oh, I'll tell you what. I'll
I'd
tell you
like
where
that.
we're going.
I'd be okay with that.
So, a Goofy movie, 1995. This movie, for me, was just a full-on classic. And I know this is Trailer Club. I don't want to like dive into a whole review of each of these trailers, but I'm just going to give you a brief. Like for me, the thing that stands out is it in the movie it has Powerline. Powerline is supposed to be like in the Goofy universe, in the Goofy like world. It was their Michael Jackson. And in the whole movie, like all Max wants to do is go see the Powerline concert.
Oh, okay. I kind of remember that. I remembered it at the end.
Yeah, that's the big like finale.
Yeah, the big
And he's trying to
finale.
get the girl, and like he shows up as like
So Powerline is the musician?
yeah,
The, like rock star
he's the
person?
rock star,
Okay.
and like it's very Michael Jackson-esque because when he shows on,
Yeah.
he's like dancing like Michael Jackson and like
I think he has a
singing
glove.
kind of- Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Just imagine Michael Jackson as a giant humanoid dog.
This movie, my grandma had like a few VHSs at their house for when we would come over and hang out for the weekend, and this was one of them. And so that's the only memory I have of this movie is like watching it at my grandma's house.
Yeah,
So it's not really a classic. It was like a weird Disney movie that was at my grandma's house.
But you guys were never into it? You never loved it?
I saw it quite a bit. I
Yeah.
think. But it wasn't my favorite.
Oh,
Goofy's
man.
never been my favorite.
Oh man, I would watch that. I would watch that still
And
today.
it has what's his name?
Oh, it's got the Leaning Tower of
Fucking
Cheesa.
Pauly Shore.
Yeah, fucking Pauly Shore. I don't even know what the fuck was going on in his.
He's
So
probably
actually,
stoned as fuck in this.
this is 1995. Okay, so Pauly Shore was deep in MTV at this point.
He's like, sure, I'll do a Disney's movie.
He was like pretty popular.
Well, yeah, he was making all those movies.
Yeah,
During this
because now
time.
when I think about it, I remember when this movie was advertised. Even on this trailer that we just watched, it shows
Few of his lines.
yeah,
Were
quite
in
a
it.
few. It was just like and Pauly Shore. Like,
I think he's a mouse in it. I don't think he's a dog.
yeah.
He has a orange mohawk and sunglasses. He looks like a mouse.
It's disgusting.
Anyway.
But anyway, Goofy movie, classic. Everybody knows it. If you know,
Probably
if you're,
not everyone.
if you're from our generation, then you probably know about it. Moving on, now this one really blew our minds.
Yeah, it looks like a prequel to Aladdin. It's animated in a different style. It's called Arabian
the
Nights.
style is kind of like.
The style's very different.
Did you ever see that do you remember the original Hobbit animated movie?
No.
Oh, that came out in like maybe the late 80s or something like that, but it's just the same type of animation. I've seen that before. It's really bizarre. I have it.
It didn't look bad. It looked really nice, but it looked like a prequel to Aladdin. Like some of the characters looked really similar.
Right.
I don't think the story is necessarily similar, but there's a lot of imagery that looks similar to Aladdin. And then we IMDb'd it, and we couldn't even find it because they changed the name.
Yeah, so the movie is, when we watched the trailer on the Heavyweights VHS, the movie is advertised as Arabian Nights. K-I-N or K-N-I-G-H.
Yes.
And so I was looking it up. I was trying to find the IMDb, and nothing was popping up at all. Only the trailer that we just watched would pop up on YouTube. That's it. And it turns out that it was renamed before it even was released.
What was the new name?
This is the name. And some of you guys might know it, but this is the actual title. The Thief and the Cobbler.
Oh, The Thief and Cobbler.
This movie was supposed to be called Arabian Nights.
Well, I guess it was originally. But it was released in movie theaters, and one of the voices is Vincent Knight.
This is a really weird time when Disney was releasing...
excuse me, I said Vincent Knight. I meant Vincent Price.
Vincent Knight.
Vincent
Knight.
You should edit that out.
Vincent Knight Price, in quotes, Knight.
He'd
That'd
like
be great.
that.
I love him. Yeah, the cast is great. It's got Vincent Price. It actually has... this is telling me... IMDb is telling me that Matthew Broderick is a voice.
Is he the cobbler?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't remember them saying that.
Very, very strange. Directed by Richard Williams. Okay. So check out the trailer for Arabian Night, a.k.a. the Peppercorn and the Popplebee.
What?
Check it out.
The determination of a humble shoemaker
What is your name?
I'm Tack.
and the help of some outrageous new friends
I am Ruthless, the chieftain.
can save an enchanted kingdom.
Just like Les Mis.
Get ready to battle the One-Eyes. Boogie with the Brigands. And go for the gold. With the first animated motion picture created in widescreen cinemascope in over 3 decades. Featuring the lyrics of Oscar-winning songwriter Norman Gimbel and the voices of Vincent Price
Gentlemen, what a delight.
and Jonathan Winters.
Good morning, Arabia.
Arabian Night.
That was the trailer for The Thief and the Cobbler.
I think it's the other way around.
The Cobbler and the Thief, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're fucking with our heads anyway. This movie came out. 1995 was a weird time, I feel like, or 95, 96, maybe even 94. Disney was advertising for a lot of their movies, really pushing marketing years in advance.
Mm.
I remember seeing a trailer for Oliver and Company, and just being so psyched to see it. And it like never came out. And like 2 years later, it came out. Of course, I saw it.
Did it feel like that as a kid, or is that how long it actually took?
But I don't know. You know what Disney did do for sure though, 100%, is they would release a movie and would be in the theater for like 2 months or something, and then it would never come out on video. They
do that weird Disney thing where they only release certain movies at a certain amount of time.
Exactly. Like they would like put out a movie and then
Disney
maybe
Vault.
Yeah, maybe like a year and a half later or 2 years later, it will come back into theaters.
Yeah.
And then it will go into
Yeah. They have a
movie.
weird marketing scheme for
Then
that.
mid-90s with Disney, they were doing weird marketing shit like that.
I think they still do that. Well, it wouldn't make any sense for them to do that now because
No.
of DVDs and rips.
Well, everything's different now with digital and all
Yeah,
that shit.
but they used to. They'd be like, we're now releasing Cinderella again.
Yeah.
What year did Aladdin come out then compared to this? Look it up. I'm curious. Because I want to see if that was like kind of an original that maybe didn't do well.
Like maybe it was
And then they
kind of-
redid the Aladdin one with the more generic looking animators that did like Little Mermaid and stuff.
Aladdin was way before. It came out
It was
in
way before?
Yeah, it came out in 92.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Aladdin was groundbreaking.
yeah, I guess this was like a weird follow-up then, not
Yeah.
a prequel.
But yeah, this movie, The Princess and the Cobbler, I'd never seen it.
No, neither have I. I've never heard of it.
It looked bizarre. It looked weird again, that weird style of animation.
It's not weird. It's just different.
I mean, it's weird for...
It's weird for Disney, I feel like. It doesn't have a Disney look.
Disney and not for the time, because again, I've seen stuff with that same animation in it, but it's always been like, I think it was like that original, like the Hobbit cartoon and Lord of the Rings cartoon. But next trailer after that was this one. I remember. I saw this once, and I remember being bored out of my mind in the theater.
I barely remember it. I've seen it as well. I don't remember it, though.
This movie is called Tall Tale. Also came out in '95, and it's kind of like...
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
Indian in the Cupboard.
Yes, and a funny thing about Indian in the Cupboard, Indiana in the Cupboard, Indian in the Cupboard. When I first saw Heavyweights, the very movie that these trailers are on, I went to see a double feature, and it was Heavyweights and Indian in the Cupboard.
That makes sense to me, because I believe I also saw that movie with Molly at her house.
Yeah.
So maybe they released a VHS?
No, it wasn't like a VHS combo, like double feature.
Yeah.
Who knows? It was the
I don't know,
mid-90s,
but
weird shit.
Whatever, weird relation to that.
Yeah,
they don't correlate at all together.
No. So this movie, Tall Tale, the thing about this movie is it's kind of like the first Avengers in a way, where it combines all these different mythological characters and brings them all together in one film. After this, the only thing I can think of before the Avengers was this movie called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which brought together a bunch of other characters. But this one has like Paul Bunyan, it has Baker's Bill, Jonas Hackett. It's characters that like, it's really like, to us, pretty much ancient characters. There was like, when there was first, I remember seeing a documentary about like the origination of comic books, and a lot of them started out with just those kind of classic stories about Paul Bunyan and stuff like that, and kind of like they kind of have superpowers a little bit. You know, Paul Bunyan was supposed to be this lumberjack that was extraordinary,
Super strength
or whatever. Yeah,
he had a blue ox.
Baker's Bill was kind of a this super cowboy.
I don't know that one super well.
All right, here's a sound clip from, or the whole clip from Tall Tale, the original Avengers.
Now, from a place of magic, three legends are coming to his rescue. Paul Bunyan.
Handle 300 pounds of raging fury!
John Henry.
You don't know what you can do until you try.
And the greatest hero of them all.
Who are you?
I am the rip-snortingest cowboy that ever rode north, south, east, or west of the Rio Grande. I'm Baker's Bill.
Tall Tale, the unbelievable adventure. The story of three unstoppable heroes.
We can beat this thing yet.
Who give one incredible boy the courage to fight back.
Why would you go out of your way for me?
You got some business to settle, ain't you?
This ain't over, kid!
Patrick Swayze stars in the movie the critics are calling a terrific adventure.
My trigger finger's gone!
It's the wildest and the funniest.
To the code.
Defend the defenseless and don't ever spit in front of women and children.
You gutless, brainless, two-faced, lying, yellow-bellied, sniffling snake.
Rent the tallest tale ever told. Patrick Swayze, Scott Glenn, and Oliver Platt.
To the code.
The code.
You can handle things from here!
Come ride the wind on a journey you'll never forget. Disney's Tall Tale, the unbelievable adventure. Rated PG.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
The Sways.
He looks good with a mustache.
Oh, he does like a mustache. He's playing Baker's Bill, this cowboy.
And that kid who was in like a fair amount of movies as a child actor at that time. I don't know who he is.
He ended up being the do you remember in Sin City he was the really creepy like pedophile? who ended up having an orange face.
Yes.
He was also in like the third Terminator movie, which is not memorable.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was wondering what he did after all these. Because I remember him being a child actor.
Yeah, he's done stuff. He did a lot more.
You would recognize him if you saw his face.
But Tall Tale, yeah, it was pretty much the original like Avengers movie. It's pretty interesting, but I remember being bored as fuck.
But with folky historical figures.
Exactly. So
isn't it about a kid who's trying to save his dad's farm, and somehow these characters come to life and help him?
Isn't that?
I think that's what the trailer told me.
Yeah, there was a lot of movies at that time in like this mid '90s time where it was always about like the child is trying to save the father from losing the farm. Like one of them was called Fly Away Home.
Daddy's always losing the farm. Yeah.
Do you remember that one? Yeah. Anna Paquin. She did
Field of Dreams.
That is true. Field of Dreams. Everybody's gonna save the farm.
That's not the child though. That's the dad. Anyway,
but you sometimes just gotta save the farm. Next movie was now this one. So this next one, Allison, you take this one away.
Man of the House with Chevy Chase and JTT. I remember this movie. I saw it a few times when I was a kid. It's super slapstick with Chevy Chase being the soon-to-be stepdad of JTT, and JTT is trying to get rid of him, so they go on a father-son camping trip, and he's supposed to be a dork, and JTT is supposed to be cool, and he's trying to get rid of his dorky soon-to-be stepdad, and hijinks ensue. That's the gist of it.
That's the gist.
What's the tagline? Hold on, I have it.
There's some good stuff. Let's talk about the actual trailer itself.
Wait, I want to say the tagline.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a story of a man to be and the son who doesn't want him to be.
But it does it in that quirky Disney
and
trailer
the man
voice.
Who doesn't want him to be. That type of voice.
It's the story about the dad who wants the son to be. I don't want. So stupid.
I know.
All right, and now prepare yourself for the trailer for Man of the House. Here it comes.
After his mom started dating,
can't resist a pretty girl. You know what I mean?
I'm 11. I hate girls.
Ben had to show who was really man of the house.
Yes. Excuse me. I mean, he's so uncool. Did you know he actually irons his jeans?
Morning, Ben.
My advice to you is to get rid of this guy.
Yeah, but how do I do that? The Indian guides. This Indian guide thing could be the solution to my problem.
Hey, how are you, Jack?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Picking Indian names for each other is one of the most important Indian guide rituals.
How about squatting dog?
Make sure they're the same height.
The San Francisco Chronicle says it's loads of laughs and tons of fun.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this.
It's the story of a father-to-be and the son who doesn't want him to be. Chevy Chase, Farrah Fawcett, George Wendt, and Home Improvement's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Man of the House, rated PG.
This was the follow-up to Tom and Huck from Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh.
And he's the main character. He plays opposite to Chevy Chase.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays the son that doesn't want a father. Because Farrah Fawcett is his mom, and he likes it. He likes her single.
Yeah, and he's a dork. He irons his jeans.
And then the final trailer on this VHS tape is a film that you would clearly mistake as Babe, but it's not.
Gordy.
It's Gordy, motherfuckers.
I thought maybe I recognized this movie, but who knows? I could have got it mixed up with Babe, Because they're very similar, and it's about a talking pig.
On IMDb, it shows a cover of the poster, and it says, "The talking pig who made it big."
Yeah, it's about a talking piglet who becomes famous, and he's looking for his parents because they left the farm. Clearly, they went to slaughter. But
And now we are proud to present the trailer for Gordy, the
talking pig,
the non-babe.
the non-babe.
They say that if you're pure in heart, you can hear the animals talk. Gordy was just an ordinary little piglet.
Where is everybody?
From a typical farm family.
Have you seen my mother?
Until hard times forced them apart.
Gordy, take care of the family.
I promise.
Now he's on a journey.
Lost his family. Oh? Took him away.
In a world that doesn't understand him.
Huh?
Searching for a friend who does.
Whoa! Ricky! I'll get you! You deserve a reward.
Now, meet America's newest hero.
If a pig can make it, anyone can.
Sickening.
Companies want him.
Signed Gordy to a lifetime contract.
Audiences love him.
Well, I bet his IQ's as high as mine.
But only children
I could have sworn I heard you say something.
can hear him.
That's right, you did.
You all know why we're here, to help Gordy find his folks.
Miramax Family Films presents
Kidnap Gordy.
the story of a talking pig
People can understand animals if they take the time to listen.
who hit it big
Mr. President, he's speaking piggy talk.
and touched the imagination of families everywhere. Gordy.
Give me a goodnight kiss.
Yeah, there it was. Is this okay? So we're gonna talk about Babe in a second because
Great movie.
I'm wondering if in this movie, as opposed to Babe, did it have the mouth move, like the pig's mouth move? Was it computer generated,
No.
or was that Babe?
In this movie, and then in Babe, they don't do any of that. I think they have them chew on
I feel like
stuff.
one of the other was moving mouth.
In Babe, they just had them either like chew on stuff or they just kind of made it up, I think. I don't think they ever did that.
So it wasn't like closed mouth animal talking like Homeward Bound in Gordy. Because remember, Homeward Bound, it just showed that
Yeah.
it showed
They were
Michael.
Like, it seemed like it was telepathic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I always imagined it as
so,
a kid.
Yeah, I don't remember in the trailer if it showed the pig's mouth move for Gordy, but
They did. It was mostly like
okay.
eating. It was like chewing.
Okay, so that's the difference between Babe and this one because I feel like Babe was the
Telepathic kind of.
telepathic version.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
And that movie
That was a
was
good
so
movie, though.
successful it got a sequel, and the guy who
Terrible.
directed the sequel was fucking George Miller, the director of Mad Max.
Yeah.
He
I don't
did
remember.
Babe, Pig in the City.
The Pig in the City didn't do well, though, right?
Oh, sure it did.
I did? Oh, I remember not liking it as a
Well-
kid. I liked the first one the best.
I don't know why movie with pig talking, whatever, telepathic is exciting,
Because
but it
the way
was
it
the
was
mid-90s and, things were weird.
The way it was filmed, and it was a good movie, and had a good story, and it had a large effect on me being a vegetarian as a child.
Oh.
That is amongst other things, but
Deep
Babe,
roots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Gordy.
Anyway, Gordy apparently came out how many months prior to Babe?
2 months.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is Gordy comes out. Walt Disney Pictures presents Gordy. Comes out May of 2000, or sorry, May of 1995, and then August of 1995, Babe pops out. Universal Studios.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I wonder how well Gordy did,
I have no idea.
because no one remembers that movie.
Yeah, nobody remembers Gordy. I feel like it probably
must have-
sucked.
Yeah, and then Universal was like, "Oh, good idea," or they were all doing it at. I mean, that would have taken a long time to produce.
Like, I
So
remember
they would have been doing it at the same time.
I remember Baby's Day Out more than I remember Gordy.
Different times.
At the same time.
Really? Same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But Gordy.
Didn't we watch that movie? Did we review it?
No, we tried to watch it before.
We were going to
and
review it.
I was excited about it. And then
You watched it.
Allison,
I watched it.
Allison watched it and a little bit of it. And then she fell asleep.
Yeah, I used to love that movie as a kid, but as an adult, no.
The name of the baby in that movie is Baby.
Yeah, his name is Baby.
They call him little baby. Like the mom is just like, "Where's Baby? Have you seen Baby?"
It's kind of hard to watch as an adult. As a kid, it was entertaining. I remember.
Oh my god. Anyway, so I felt like it was important to just like cover those trailers because it just kind of brought you back to this time where Disney was pumping out animation, weird, quirky slapstick comedies, animals telepathic talking, and it just strange things, stuff that would not fly today.
Why not?
Well, because
I don't know what they put out anymore.
What?
I don't know what they put out anymore, really.
You don't know what they put out?
Just a lot of like Pixar.
They put out it's like all about Pixar. Yeah. Disney's putting out
no, they have some movies. They have that
it's just right now 2015. It's come a long ways in a decade. Okay, we're talking about trailers for movies that came out a decade ago, and these days it's now like all about just insane CGI and effects, and money is like really just plopping out of the studio.
Plopping out. Maybe they just want more higher quality movies instead of like minor.
Well, back then I just feel like it was easy to get away with movies like that.
Oh, they could. I mean, they could still like TV movies.
It'd be a huge loss.
Really?
Because right now the studios don't really want to put as much into those. That's why you have independent films.
Yeah.
You and those are actually quality movies now. Right. You're not seeing. I mean, you see movies that Sci-Fi puts out and all those straight to video, and some pretty crappy horror movies come out, but like they try. And what's different about now and then is everybody is just trying to do what's cool now. Mm-hmm. And you'll still fail at it, but back then what was cool was telepathic talking animals.
There's a few of those.
And a lot of quirky like bad guys getting beat up.
Yep.
Like traps, like Home Alone style.
That's always a classic, I feel like.
They don't do that anymore.
What?
They don't do that anymore. Name me a movie that came out in the last 5 years that they've done that.
Well, I've been drinking, so I can't remember. But
thank you for letting us take you back to 95.
95,
bitches. Well, I'm glad that you guys listened to us talk about these.
We'll be back for heavyweights.
We're going to do heavyweights next, and that is going to be exciting because
it'll be a fun one.
There is a scene in that movie where you hear kids from yards and yards and yards away hearing a rapper, and and it's the sound of a burger wrapper getting unveiled in a toilet stall, and they run and they catch him and they say, "Where did you get that?"
I just like Paul Feig. Is that how you say his last? I never pronounce his last name correctly. Forgive me. But he's amazing. And I love when he dances to I'm a Love Machine.
Oh, God. Oh,
he's so
God.
cute. Yeah.
I would be playing the shit out of sound clips for that.
I know. It's such a good movie.
We're so stoked to review heavyweights, and we want you guys to tune in. So check in with us at the on iTunes and on the Hard to Find Media YouTube channel. Very exciting. We're also housing the podcast for Howard Hour with Jason and Mac, and also Accidents on Purpose. Very excited to have those guys on board. They're great. Check them out.
Which Michael was on the last one, and then Mike and I were both on the Howard Hour.
Yeah.
It's one of their recent episodes. I don't know if they've made more since.
yeah, it's all about collaborating, right?
It's fun times.
You got to do it. You just got to get together. You got to make things happen together.
Got to talk in the mics together.
You got to do it. So check those things out. Very excited. This is Mike Pelly. This is Allison. This is us signing out. We're going to drink more, and good night. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a podcast presented by
Mike Pelly.
Music provided by
Celebrator.
This shit is free. Share it. Blast it.